汇集天下大事，聚焦华人热点。西雅图中文电台网络电视。
西雅图中文电台的听众朋友们，大家好！今天我们非常有幸的请到美国宾州第7选区的国会议员的候选人林迪来到我们西雅图，然后呢也向我们西雅图的听众朋友们问好。
谢谢你给我这个机会接受采访，我非常高兴跟你在一起。
那Lindy，你当初是怎么决定参选的？为什么要参选？
我从小就有这个梦想。I had known all my life that I wanted to serve in Congress. I want to spend my life serving this beautiful country that gave me everything. I came here when I was 5 years old. I would be nowhere without the amazing resources that America provides. And I want to make the American promise available to anyone who's willing to work hard. And I want to elevate the entire Chinese American community through our victory. It'll send a powerful message to the rest of our country that we can be public servants too, and that we too are Americans.
如果您胜选的话，对我们在美国的华人的意义是什么？
Right now, out of the 435 members of the House of Representatives and 100 in the Senate, 535 people, only 3 are Chinese Americans. Obviously, we severely lack representation. I want to be a champion for your rights and for the things that you care about. And so whether it comes to missions fairness, job opportunities, gun violence prevention, whatever it may be, I want to be a champion for you. We need people who understand what it's like to be a first-generation immigrant who's benefited from high school immigration. And there are some things that you can never learn through conversation or through textbooks. You have to feel it. You have to suffer through it, and I've suffered. That's why I can lead. My parents and I came here with a few $100s, but my dad now has his own company, and that's a testament to the American dream.
现在您竞选的一个进展情况怎样？就是离你预期的目标还差多远？
So our progress has been incredible. I don't think anyone ever imagined that we could make it so far. We raised more than $300,000. My opponent has 6,000, so it's not even of the same stratosphere. And more importantly, the outpouring support that we've gotten from supporters has been unbelievable. So I want to keep up our momentum and have a very strong end-of-year fundraising report, because how much money we raise is indication of how strong our campaign is. So the best way to help our campaign is to make a gift. Our first election is April 26, 2016. That's the day of the primary in Pennsylvania. And then the day of the general is November 8th. It follows the presidential election. My name would be 2 names underneath the presidential candidates. So it's very exciting and such a tremendous honor.
那您竞选的，您认为您的优势在哪里？还有劣势在哪里？
I want to turn every potential weakness into my greatest strength. Instead of asking me how old I am, ask me instead what I can do for our country. Because I am young, I have the energy, vitality, creativity, and understanding of the digital age that public servants so desperately need. And right now there's no one under the age of 31 in Congress. That means an entire generation has no representation in Congress. In Pennsylvania, we have 20 members in our congressional delegation, 18 representatives, and 2 senators. Not a single one is a woman. And so you might look at me and see that I may have some liabilities, but I'm going to transform every single liability into my greatest strength. I know that our campaign has already inspired countless people across the country. This is politics in its purest form.
那我问一点难度大一点的问题，就是说，如果你当选之后，那个国会有一些议案可能是对中国不利的，那么你投票是会遵照宾州的你代表的那个区的选民的意见，还是代表你是来自中国的，你 如果有冲突的时候，你是怎么回应的？
I think most of the time there is no discrepancy between America's interest and that of the Chinese American community. Having said that, we need leaders who see China not as the enemy. China is not the enemy. The world is better off when we are working together. And there are some things that we can only achieve by working together. For example, climate change, Iran nuclear deal, ISIS, national security. China, the most important relationship of the 21st century is that between China and the United States. We have to get it right. China is not the enemy. Every 4 years is another round of Beijing bashing, and they say Beijing takes our jobs, our factories, our employment opportunities, but that's not the case. And I really believe that I can be a bridge for both cultures. And the stronger America is, the stronger the Chinese American community is.
那如果有人认为你现在年纪比较轻，然后呢没有从政的经历，然后好像一下到国会议员的话，会因为你缺乏经历而不是一个最合适的人选，你怎么评论？
I don't think that is completely legitimate. I refuse to believe that the only people who can heal our country are those who are 50, 60, 70 years old. Where have they gotten us? Tell me about the progress. I truly, and I'm not trying to substitute anyone. I'm not trying to take anyone's place. I'm simply trying to join our voices with the chorus of voices who are already there. I believe that my generation provides a very useful perspective that is missing right now in Washington. Einstein once said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So electing the same kinds of people over and over again and expecting a better result is similarly nonsensical. So I think it's extraordinarily important for people from my generation to take part in the political system. Democracy means fighting for your opponent's right to speak freely. And there are so many qualities that youth brings. And I said before, my energy, also my experience in the private sector, these are also valuable.
我们知道，您到西雅图来，今天呢也有这个筹款的晚宴，西雅图呢有不少热心的华人，就非常支持您的竞选。那么我们包括我们中文电台的听众，我们电台网站的看这个视频的观众，如果今后还想支持您的话，通过什么途径可以向您？
I'd love to stay in touch with anyone who's interested in our campaign. As I said before, this campaign is as much yours as it is mine. If you ever have any questions or thoughts for me, I highly encourage you to email lindy@lindyli.com. I read everything, and to follow us on Facebook, Lindy for U.S. Congress. Also, if you're willing to make a gift, it'll go a long way to making sure that we have the resources to run a formidable campaign. Because it's not enough to have wonderful dreams and a vision for our country. We also need the resources and the skills to back it up. And we need about $2 million to win, so every single dollar matters. If you have $1 that you're willing to spare, that'll help too. And never doubt that a small group of citizens can make a tremendous difference, because it's the only group who can ever do. And so many dollars coming together will make a tremendous difference in our world. I'm devoting my life to making sure that your life will be better off because of my service to our country.
代表区的选民，那么接下去在这方面的竞选方面，
We're going to make sure that we have strong local operations, because as someone said before, even if you have $10 million and voters want a Jeep and you're offering them a Chrysler, it doesn't matter how much money you have. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we have strong local operations. There are 700,000 people in our district. I want to make sure that everyone at least hears our message, because it's a powerful one, it's refreshing. So right now, the outpouring support across our community has been unbelievable. We mobilized college students who are so excited about our campaign, because rarely do they see someone like me stepping up.
讲得很好。那么我们也期待那个Lindy能够，这个竞选活动能够顺利，能够一路过关斩将，能够高歌开启的。 高奏凯歌啊，那么就是不仅在议会当中代表你选区的选民，也能够在美国的国会当中能够有一个代表我们华人的声音。
一定会的，这就是我的目标。
好，祝您成功。
谢谢大家，我非常感恩。I look forward to sharing this historic journey with you. Let us make history together. We can do amazing things when we work united.
那么我们知道，我们美国的很多华人，很多城市的华人都对林迪参选非常的支持，包括我们西雅图的华人，再次表示感谢。
谢谢你们，我应该谢谢你，不是你谢谢我。我们 it's a national campaign. I'm not just representing the 700,000 people in our district. I want to represent you. And because of what we do today, the path for your children will be so much easier. And similarly for Gary Locke and all the Chinese Americans who came before me, I am standing on the shoulders of giants. Without their sacrifices and without them being pioneers, there would be no campaign for me today. So I have so much respect and gratitude for the generations that came before me. Without their work and their tremendous sacrifices, I wouldn't be able to achieve my own American dream. 谢谢。谢谢大家，我非常感谢。OK。